Well, let's face it, job burnout happens and it doesn't always take years for it to happen. Communication expert Jocelyn Herman-Saccio is here with us with some tips recognizing these symptoms. Wow, it doesn't even take years for this to happen.
It can happen so quickly in a job, and some of the symptoms, like if you want to wonder if you're having burnout, if you have to wonder.
Yeah.
One is that you repeatedly complain.
Okay.
You frequently engage in gossip or don't like being around your coworkers.
Okay.
Maybe you dread going to work, you're chronically late.
Oh, that's the worst.
You feel overly tired no matter how much you sleep. You feel stuck, trapped. And then the other is you start to lie and actually not do as good a job as you know you're capable of doing.
Interesting. Like lie about what? Are there certain things or is it everything?
You could lie about, you know, how you're feeling at work. You could lie about things getting done that weren't done. But it doesn't really matter what the symptoms are. The real question is what's the source of it and what's the solution.
So what's the solution? What do you do?
Well, what we've found at Landmark, we've worked with almost 2.5 million people on the quality and effectiveness in their life, which has a lot to do with work. You spend a lot of time at work.
Of course.
So we've come up with 3 sources of burnout. One is you're not connected to what really matters to you. So the solution is to reconnect with what really matters to you. Sounds simple. The questions to ask are, what is possible out of you doing that job that wasn't possible if you didn't? Or what's possible for people out of that job getting done that isn't possible if you know, it could be simple like, well, I get to go on vacation and pay my bills.
Yes.
But it could be something connected to a higher purpose. Like I was working with somebody in one of the programs I was leading, and he was really burnt out. He worked at a juice company, and it had turned into a job selling juice.
Yeah.
And I asked him, well, what did you love about the job when you first took it?
Yeah.
And he said, I really wanted to impact people's well-being and vitality. Just reconnecting with his higher purpose disappeared the burn
out of it.
right out of it.
Gosh, what else can you do?
The second source is a lack of integrity at work. Now, the solution is restore your integrity. But how do you do that? Is you've got to get out on paper everything you haven't done, everything you said you were going to do that you didn't do, and make a list and then deal with it item by item. Either do it or schedule a real time to get it done. When you say, I'll do it next week, that's not a real time. That's like a let's do lunch. It's never going to happen. It piles up.
Yeah.
So you schedule an actual time or be straight about, I'm not going to be doing that thing.
Yeah.
And the minute you do that, you start to restore energy and aliveness at your job, and you're dealing with it out here versus in your head. So you go from catch-up mode to being able to create at work.
I love that. Real quickly, can we touch on the third one?
Yeah, the third one is to actually look at complaining, because if you get into a constant complaint mode, you go to burnout town real quick.
Of course.
So shift your complaints to requests rather than, oh, I'm not making enough money. Make a request for a raise. Then somebody could actually say yes or no or counteroffer it. I know it sounds simple, but we're not good at requests.
My boss is right upstairs. Would you come with me?
She needs a raise here, okay? Can we please have a conversation about this? But don't talk about it in your head or with people gossiping. Talk about it with somebody who can make a difference and actually accomplish something.
Take action.
Yes.
Great recommendations. All right, well, we're putting some of those to the test. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.